Hello everybody and welcome back to Vintage Survival. You join me in the potato field where the weeds have very annoyingly turned up, right on time as well. Why couldn't they have turned up after we'd harvested? Anyway, we can remove them cheaply, but it's going to take a bit of labour. We can go and get a garden hoe and we can get them removed, but yeah, as I said, it's going to take a while because of the labour involved. So before we do that, because I don't have to go immediately, we are going to work on this area just over here. So we have all the grass to pick up and we can sell it. So we'll get it picked up, and then as we go to the sell point, we'll stop by at the dealership and we'll buy the hoe. So to do this, we're going to use the Alice Chalmers mower, and we have the grass collector on the back. I think it won't be a very big job because it has such a big capacity. It's 8,000 litres. The thing which will take the longest is probably carting to the actual sell point, since I can't really pick it up. It's going to be quite heavy when it's full, so we're going to have to drive the entire thing over to the grass sell point, and I'm sure somebody will say you should have done it as hay, but I've looked into it. Many people have told me in the previous video too, thank you to those people, that yeah, without seasons you would have to ted it to make hay, and then the price for hay is really similar to the price for grass anyway. So there is no point. There's no point spending money on a tedder. So we just have to drive around picking it all up in no particular way. Just drive around randomly until it's all in the collector, and then we can make quite a bit of money. And then I will look into using the tiller on the same machine. We bought a tiller for this. It cost £360, which I think is quite good, considering it's going to create our own field in this current grass area. And that is where we're going to put a cereal crop, most likely oats. So let's crack on. Well, there we are. It's 100%. That is 8,000 litres, and that is going to bring in quite a decent amount of money. We should be able to fit it all into 2 loads. We have all the driveway to clear as well. So yeah, it's going to be money which is really needed, and even if it seems like quite a bit, it isn't, because, well, the tractor alone which we need to buy is almost £12,000, and we need to buy loads of stuff. A seed drill, a fertiliser sprayer, or a spreader, trailers, not to mention buying new land, which is inevitably going to have to happen. Anyway, I was just thinking when I was doing this that the lighting effect from the headlights was really good. It gives a really nice effect, especially onto trees. Ah, it's nice to be off the main road. The traffic was getting very impatient. Okay, let's get it sold. Not bad. £1,104. I wonder if we can get that again. I doubt it's enough to fill it up again, but, well, we'll give it a go. We're going to pick up everything. That is without a doubt a very helpful bit of money. So I'll probably stop off at the dealership on the way back the next time. That's when we'll pick up the garden hoe. think I have picked up everything that I want to pick up. There will be a few areas which have been missed, but it doesn't really matter. The majority has been sold, or is in the grass catcher. So yeah, the challenge is going to be rotavating this. Quite a few people pointed out yesterday that the mower actually removes the potatoes from the ground. It does, as in deletes them. It cuts the potatoes away. I didn't even realise at the time, so I do need to be quite careful with that, although this won't be cut again. Well, the area over there won't be cut again before those potatoes are out of the ground, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, it's going to be quite a big job getting rid of those weeds. Okay, so just going to quickly go back over to the sell point. We'll get all of this sold, get a bit more money in. Just over half a load, so probably about £500. 592. I'll take that. Okay, over to the store. I don't know if it's actually going to fit into the sweeper. If it doesn't, it'll probably be easier just to walk. We'll come back for it. But we'll see. We'll definitely try and fit it into there. It's going to be in, well, weeders, I would have thought. Yeah, there it is. The hand weeder. £43. Let's buy that. And we'll pick it up. It looks like it does default to just laying down. It might sound funny that I say that, but there is the broom, which you can use to clean out animal pens, and that actually defaults to sort of half standing up. That might work. Yeah, debatable. It depends if it can sort of get stuck. Okay, just going to snap it in half. We'll come back for it. Let's put this over here somewhere. It looks like I'm just starting to park everything up against the fence. It's an alright place to put stuff. It's unfortunate that we can't use the sheds here. Ooh, seems to be a sticking out collision. Right, put that there. And we'll put it onto the tiller ready, because we're going to be using the tiller after we've at least attempted to do the weeding. Depends. I was going to do this first, but I think I would do a small amount of weeding. If it doesn't take too long, I'll do the whole thing. But I do need to get the tilling done. So we'll head off. Let's run down to the store. We'll pick up the hand weeder, and we will return. Now I just have to walk up the road carrying it. This is looking much better though, until it regrows. But for now it looks good. A nice approach to a very nice looking garden. So how does this work? I would imagine we just sort of put it in the operating sort of position and then start walking along the field. Oh, not a broomstick, Daggerwin. Oh, that works. Yeah, it just rolls around and then does the weeding for me eventually. Love it. No, seriously, I'll use it properly. Here we go. It would be better if I walked backwards with it, because that's going to sort of dig the weeds out. That's good. It is going to take a while, but we are going to see a nice difference here. Thing is, we can't go too fast with it, because if you go too fast you just trip over it. I like that it's got the soil flying off it. Sort of makes you feel like you are digging the ground. It's a piece of grass. Yeah, something which would probably actually look quite impressive as a time-lapse. Come on. It looks like some of these might be outside of the field boundaries. But look at that, that's not looking too bad. I think in the time taken, which is 40 seconds so far, more has been achieved than it might feel. So if I was to time-lapse doing this for maybe 10 minutes, we would probably get the whole field done. It's been good to try it out, and we will be doing the whole field because there's no alternative. It's a very useful mod, that. I think using the easy development mod is very beneficial. Setting it to 0.1 or maybe 0.5, that really does help prevent tripping over it. Anyway, we will return to that later. Back onto the mower, which is actually our main tractor for today. We don't have anything big enough for that tractor there, which is saying something because that tractor is tiny. Anyway, one day we'll have bigger equipment. These are the very early beginnings. So to do this, yeah, we've got the allow create fields. Obviously that's a separate mod there. I'm going to start the other side because at the moment I don't know exactly where I want to be over here, but I certainly want to have a cereal crop growing over this side around the trees. And there is something to be said for this, because we are not using a combine. We're going to harvest this field by hand with a scythe, so we don't have to worry about it being too steep or too uneven. It's great. We do have to drill it, of course, but yeah, that's not going to be as difficult as harvesting it with a machine. And that looks to be working really well. Brilliant. Oh yes, this is good. So what do we do about the tomatoes? They are purely for decoration. I don't know how to get rid of them though. I'll probably have to do it in Giant's Editor. We will go round them for now. I think they look good. They are a nice decoration. We can go round them, it's fine. I need to, yeah, be very careful. I don't want to accidentally cultivate any potatoes. Slow and steady. And yeah, I think this is probably quite loud. Again, I can't hear the sound when I'm recording, I have it off, but I can see on my audio mixer what the game volume is, and whenever it goes into amber, that's usually considered to be too loud. It would start to cover my voiceover, and it is doing just about, so don't know how well you can hear me. But we'll continue. This is not going to be too tricky. It won't take too long at all. By the end of it, we're going to have field number 2, which is directly connected to field number 1 because it's most likely going to be one field in the end. Just getting onto the final piece here, and it's been going so well. I am so pleased that we managed to afford this machine because it is just a farm saver. Quite literally. I suppose you could consider it a farm expander, since we would have survived without it, but it has allowed us to expand faster than anticipated. And this is by TimModding. I've put a link down below to his Facebook page. I do recommend checking out his work. Very high quality stuff. There's quite a few mowers and compact tractors and stuff that he has created, all of which are good, all functioning. The John Deere is fantastic. Right, so we're just going to finish off. I think I'm not going to rotivate the piece up there yet because I don't know exactly what I'm going to be doing when it comes to harvesting. I don't know how long it's going to take. A hand scythe doesn't sound like a very fast operation, harvesting with one. So yeah, I think this is going to be a big enough area for now, but eventually we will likely expand. as we get more machinery. Anyway, we have £5,294, so that means that we probably do have enough to buy the seed drill. Yes, we do, because that's 2,000 and something. We can buy the seed drill. And I think that is all looking good. So, yeah, we will buy the seed drill at the end with some seed. But first, that job just there has to be done. Oh, what fun. But it'll be worth it, because if I don't do it, we'll still be able to harvest the crop and everything. It's not going to kill it, but it will substantially reduce the amount of yield that we're going to get out of that crop. And we need to have as much as possible. Especially with it being potatoes, where it's not worth much per tonne anyway. Right, let's get to work. I will attempt to do this at times 0.5, because I just find it hard to believe that it will only work at 0.3. That's good. Actually, I think it works at normal speed, because it doesn't say in the description that you have to have this mod, the easy development mod, but I've just found it can make it easier. And it does, because I haven't tripped over it yet, I don't think. At least not when I was actually de-weeding. Yeah, I think it only works in one direction, as you would expect. It shouldn't work in the backwards direction, so that's good. It does mean I'm going to have to either turn around at each end. No, don't do that. Or just go back up to the top. Probably is easier to turn around. But we will see. Yes, this is quite effective. And then it misses one. Yeah, I don't know the reason for it missing a few. Still, better than having an entire field of weeds. It's already looking much better. I will see you when the field is done. Hopefully. Well, very effective now. I found the right method, but it is starting to give me motion sickness, which is saying something. I very rarely get motion sickness, and I'm getting it from weeding a field. Yes. Anyway, luckily, we've almost finished. As I said, it's a really good mod. It's really helped this farm, because I couldn't afford just to get a weeder for the back of the tractor. And there are a few weeds, most of the weeds that don't, in fact all the weeds that don't pull out are the ones on the border. So I'm guessing they're just out of range or something. But yeah, that method did work very effectively. Just put this down here so I know where it is. So yes, we're going to go over to the store, we're going to buy the seed drill, we'll fill it up with seed, and I think because it's such a small field, I'll get it drilled today. We'll get the oats in the ground. And then next time we should hopefully be able to buy the sprayer and the liquid fertilizer, and then we can spray the potatoes and the oats, and then everything will be well on its way to be really productive. We do need to buy the scythe as well, but I don't have that today. We'll be looking at getting that next time. First time I've driven this today. It's good to have it, but I do really want the Massey Ferguson 20. I haven't even started to look at different fields, but I think it would be a good idea to look at fields. Once we've harvested everything that we have, we might be in a position to expand. Good grief, I think I've hit rush hour. probably the same traffic going around in circles, so when I held them up with the mower, they've sort of stayed together. And then look, there's nothing. Oh, hello roll bar. Yes, there's nothing behind us. It's all just, they're just all in a pack together. I think that's probably the first time I've ever grouped traffic up. Okay, so it's going to be in Cedars. It's always a good place to start. £2,750 buy, and yeah, we want to go with probably a few of these. I'll go with 4. We do have some on the shovel back at the farm. I don't know if 4 is going to be enough, but we can put some into the compartment on the front if we have got too much. Okay. Probably better if that's down. Yeah, it looks like it might be enough. It probably won't fill the seeder, but I don't know how quickly it's going to consume it. Yeah, I think if we put the load which we have on the shovel into the seed drill as well, then we should be okay. There we go. That's 80%. That's good. Why do I always turn the engine off? Current set to wheat. Now we're on oats, so yeah, let's go and get some oats in the ground. We'll open it up again. Then we can very easily just pour the seeds into there. I hope we have enough power to run it. Well, we should do, because it just runs off the wheel. It's not PTO or anything. Just depends how the game looks at it, I suppose. Yes, it's about time we got these seeds consumed. They've just been sat here for ages. Right, put that down. Pick up the shovel. Don't tip them everywhere. And hopefully, providing I get this right. Yep. Great. So let's put it to 99%. Oh, don't start planting. Close the lid. And yeah, it really is good. I bought the exact amount of seed that's needed. Well, to fill it anyway. I would be surprised if we consumed 495 litres on here, but we'll soon find out. Do I just go? Dunno. Pressing B doesn't do anything. I think that's... yeah, I can see lines. Yeah, it's working. That's nice, because I think in FS17 you had to press B to switch it on, even though it ran off the wheel. Yep, it's consuming seed. Ah, this is great. Yeah, I think you would probably prefer to have a little bit more power, but we'll be able to do it. It's actually a really good texture, because it's so discreet, but you can still make out the different lines. Yes, very happy with this. Into the light. Okay, so I know we've had loads of time lapses today already, but I think for this sort of job, it is the best way of viewing it. And I thought that the trees would feel more in the way, but actually, they're not too bad. So as it turns out, we actually haven't used any of the seed that I bought today. It's just been using what was on the shovel. This tractor really needs a clean, but we'd have a pressure washer. Maybe it'll rain. Yeah, so you could argue it was a waste of money buying the seed, but it will be used when we come to re-drill all of this land here and other fields as well. It'll be consumed then. So let's just turn this off here. Let's take a look at the map, and there we go. The light section next to the darker section. Yeah, potatoes and oats. That's really good. So which fields could we potentially buy? For number 2, ignore the colours by the way, 24,475. Okay, so it's going to be a while until we can buy a field. But yeah, field number 2 looks like quite a good one to go for. Anyway, we're going to leave it there for today. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video, and until next time, see you again soon. Bye for now.